Welcome students. Actually in the previous class we actually discussed about shadow. Okay, and also we discussed about actually working principle of pinhole camera. Now we are going to discuss about eclipses. Okay, in our solar system actually sun is the only luminous body, whereas actually earth and moon are non-luminous, and always actually they are visible. That means the earth and the moon are visible when light from the sun falls on them, okay, and get reflected. In generally we already know that earth always revolves around the sun and the moon always revolves around the actually earth. Okay, during this revolution actually sometimes we have seen that the earth, the moon and the sun actually comes in the same plane or lie in a straight line. Okay, then actually we can say that the sometimes either shadow of the earth falls on moon and sometimes the shadow of the moon falls on earth. Okay, this type of situations are called actually eclipses. Okay, now we have to know that in generally there are two possibilities of eclipses. The first one is actually solar eclipses and the second one is actually lunar eclipses. Now the question is, what is actually solar eclipses? Here we can say that when moon is placed in between sun and the earth, then we get actually solar eclipses. And in this case actually the part of the earth covered by the shadow of the moon. Okay, so here actually this is the image of actually total and partial solar eclipses. Okay, the first one is this is actually sun and this is earth, and in the middle actually the position of moon. Here the shadow of the moon falls on earth. Okay, and here we get actually two region. One is for actually total solar eclipses. Here we cannot get any type of light from sun for some times and we get total solar eclipses. And the second region, that is actually region of partial eclipses. Here we actually some part of light falls on actually earth. Okay, and here we can say that actually a solar eclipses can occur only on a new moon day. Okay, and here we have to also know that for total solar eclipses the sun is completely blocked by the moon, and for partial solar eclipses the sun is partially blocked by the moon. And what is annular actually solar eclipses? Here this is the annular solar eclipses. Here actually when the tip of the umbra falls on the earth during the annular solar eclipses, the sun does not appear. Okay, so we get actually the sun does not appear at all and only a bright ring of light actually we get, and that is called corona is visible. Okay, and we get annular solar eclipses. Now the question is, what is actually lunar eclipses? Okay, here we actually discuss about lunar eclipses, and we can say that when the position of the earth in between moon and sun, then we get actually lunar eclipses. And here we also get two types of lunar eclipses takes place. One is total and another one is partial. When we get actually total lunar eclipses, when the moon is completely actually the moon lies completely in the umbra region of earth's shadow, then we can get actually total lunar eclipses. For this any type of light is not coming from sun and which is actually falls on the moon. Okay, because moon is the position of the moon is in the complete umbra region of earth for total lunar eclipses, and for partial lunar eclipses actually the position of the moon is actually penumbra region of in the penumbra region of earth. Okay, for partial lunar eclipses some part of actually light comes from sun falls on the moon, so we can see the moon, but the brightness of the moon is very less. Okay, and we can say that at first actually we get partial lunar eclipses, then sometimes we get actually total lunar eclipses, and then again we get partial lunar eclipses. And in generally a lunar eclipses occurs only on a full moon day. Okay, as the bright side of the moon faces the earth. Now this is the end of actually the whole topic, that is light, and here we actually one concept map is given, and from this concept map we can get the information about light. First one is what is light. Okay, and different types of objects like luminous and non-luminous object, and what are their examples. Okay, and we have to know about rays, beam, different types of beams like parallel beam, convergent beam, and divergent beam, and their definitions also. And we have to know what is rectilinear propagation of light. Okay, and about pinhole camera, because pinhole camera is the application of rectilinear propagation of light, and which type of image is formed by pinhole camera also. And what is opaque objects, and if opaque object is placed in the direction of in the path of light, then we can get shadow. Okay, so we have to know about different types of shadow, how the size of the shadow vary. Okay, and also about umbra penumbra region. And today's actually class, that is solar eclipses and also lunar eclipses. That means actually what do you mean by eclipses, when eclipses form, and how actually we get solar and lunar eclipses, and also different types of solar and lunar eclipses. Okay, so this is the actually end of today's class. Okay, in the next class we actually discuss the actually exercise problem. Okay.